right, we've talked about the men's game quite a bit here on episode 303 of Futbol Americas. Let's focus in on the women's game because the U.S. women's national team has dropped their 26-player roster for the December friendlies against China. We got a game December 2nd in Miami, Fort Lauderdale, and December 5th in Frisco. It's the first roster since Emma Hayes was named as future manager, though Twyla Kilgore is still the interim. Alex Morgan is one of 10 World Cup players not called into this list. There are 2 uncapped players, Jenna Neiswanger of Gotham FC, she was Rookie of the Year, part of that championship defense, and Corbin Albert, a 20-year-old from Illinois who plays for PSG. But Herc, as I mentioned, the big headline, Alex Morgan's omission. Is it something, nothing, or everything?
Everything, Seb. Everything. Matt Crocker's exact words, a process of change. And this is where we are. It feels like the last 3 years have been wasted in terms of ushering in that next generation. I mean, we were here on this very show talking about the Olympic Games for the U.S. women's national team, and we saw how that happened. It's because they weren't it should have been there. The change should have happened there. The generational shift for Vlatko Anamnaski should have happened in that tournament, or at least as soon as that tournament's over, and it didn't happen. So you're relying on veteran players. You're relying on these players of name. And listen, we had a situation here, I'm going to bring it up once more, where they were named the top 50 players, ESPN, and you threw a fit because there weren't enough American women on that list of top 50. Now, I think we're both in agreement that there is a deep pool. Would you agree with that?
Of American players? Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, here's the problem. There's not a wide net, okay? That is the issue. Because in this deep pool, you kept relying on the likes of Alex Morgan, when Alex Morgan, after her great last season 2 years ago, was maybe showing a little bit of a decline. You didn't get anybody else there to push her. You started relying on the likes of bringing into a tournament Megan Rapinoe, Becky Sauerbrunn, then she's not available. You were waiting on Julie Ertz instead of trying to find somebody who'd be that 6. So it just seems like these last 3 years have been a waste. You could have been looking at Jaden Shaw, Olivia Moultrie, Mia Fishel, who actually, these players will get a chance today. You could have been ushering in the next. I think this is a signal of that happening.
All right, I gotta disagree that it's everything. I think it's a little bit more something, right? One thing Kilgore says in her comments here, that the players not called in are still very much a part of the team. Alex Morgan, coming off a long season, 33 years old, makes a lot of sense to give her a break, especially when you look at the rest of the roster, right? There's a lot of, hey, let's give this person a try here. You know what Alex Morgan is. Right. You don't need to call her in here. What I think is important to acknowledge is this is not just the first roster since Emma Hayes was named manager. Emma Hayes had a say in this roster, okay? And so Emma Hayes reportedly may be in attendance at these games, or at least one of these games. And so the first time Emma Hayes is going to see her team as her team, Alex Morgan's not going to be around. And here's the reality here. The Olympics are coming. Roster spots are at a premium. There's only 18 of them. And if Alex Morgan isn't your starting striker, then you got to ask, is she in the 18? And if she's not in the 18, that's a major big-time decision. And I said this on the website just a couple days ago. It's going to be the first for Emma Hayes. It is the biggest decision that she will have to make when she takes over ahead of the Olympics. Maybe it'll already be made. Maybe Morgan will have turned it up in the NWSL. Maybe she'll be off to a great start, and there's no doubt you're taking her. But right now, as things are, something. I'm not willing to go everything just yet.